Now, I've just finished watching a video by the YouTuber Rosebush. It was all about the unanimous striking down of the ACTA trade agreement in the European Parliament. And you know what? If I may digress for like a minute, ACTA wasn't only just sort of rejected. It was bent over the table and fucked by the opposition, with only 39 people in favour, about 165 abstentions, and about, I think it was 437 resounding no's in the chamber. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. And it's all been part of a larger campaign that I got involved in. I wrote to all my MEPs. I wrote to Paul Murphy MEP, and he's been sending me regular emails telling me about what he's doing about ACTA, and I quite like that. But I didn't like what MEP Gay Mitchell had actually sent me about ACTA, and what I will do is I'll publish the emails so long as I can actually get his permission. And I said to him, listen, if you vote yes in favor of this this trade agreement, I am not only just going to not vote for you ever again, I'm going to actually ensure that my circle of friends knows that you have actually you have voted to actually sort of curtail their human rights. Anyway, so I'm finished now with my digression. What Rosebush has actually sort of said is that you have to sort of look like these people are going to come back later on with something like ACTA or SOPA or PIPA or CISPA, whatever it may be. And I totally agree with him. Like we haven't seen the end of this beast. Like we've seen it like for years. Like when they actually when they had like that whole sort of copyright legislation in the 90s, like about home taping. It was allegedly destroying the record business, and it didn't. And like now it's rearing its ugly head over the internet, like with the aforementioned pieces of legislation going through the various legislatures. Now, what he actually had to say about it was that what we as a copy left movement sort of have to do is we actually have to sort of propose counter legislation so that these motherfuckers will actually just shut the fuck up and leave us the fuck alone. And he's right. He's 100% right. I couldn't agree with him anymore. And he's saying that we actually have to look at the failures of the DMCA. And yes, he's right. One thing that caught my attention was his reference to the DMCA. The fact that people are actually they will actually sort of use the DMCA as a form of censorship, as a form of just shutting up the opposition. And yes, to a certain degree, he's correct. And what I've noticed with the filing of DMCA violations on YouTube is that when the person has actually sort of realised, like when they've actually sort of gone to the filing page, it says, if you're a fucking liar, you're going to be charged with perjury. And what Rosebush actually hasn't sort of actually come to say is perjury is actually, it's a crime. It's a crime here in the Republic of Ireland. It's a crime in the United Kingdom. It's a crime throughout the European Union, and it's a felony offence in the United States. And I think it actually does carry a sentence of jail time. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll get back to you on that. I do agree with what he says. I agree with about 90% of what he says. It's just the problem is that the actual the legislation with regards to perjury isn't actually being properly enforced. It's not being properly enforced in the digital realm or on the internet. It's not like, we saw this whole sort of debacle between Thunderfoot and that absolute gaylord. Oh, can I say that on YouTube? Oh, it might be considered libelous. Yes, that absolute twit, Venom Fang X, and then with the latest incarnation of it, Dr. Craig videos. Essentially, what YouTube and what Google have to do is they have to actually, when the counter notification actually comes in, and when the counter notification has been verified, the people at Google and YouTube, they have to notify the relevant authorities that a person at a certain IP address has committed the crime of perjury. They have to actually say, these are our terms and conditions. This person has violated our terms and conditions. They have committed perjury, which is an offence in your country, if it is. And I would like you, please, thank you very much, to enforce the law. And I think that's probably going to be the best way of actually dealing with such things. Like, not only do you actually have sort of the fear of the authorities knocking on your door for committing perjury, in the public sphere, you've actually not only sort of you've committed perjury against Google and YouTube, and you've attempted to sort of disrupt their trade, their commerce, which obviously comes from the content that people actually sort of they make and put on YouTube. So therefore, that is one of the very big reasons that that I would actually sort of that's one of the big arguments I would put for YouTube, to actually sort of say to the authorities, I want this person brought in on charges of perjury. And that's as simple as that. Anyway, yeah, I want your comments below in the doobly-doos, Nicola calls it. I want to know what you think. Post video comments, written comments, all that sort of stuff. I'd like to know and hear and sort of see what you have to sort of think about it if you actually ever get around to seeing this video.